Okay, good morning all. I'd just like to give some feedback on the meeting, ordinary council meeting that we had on the 8th of April at the Kuisebmond Council Chambers. It was a very good meeting. Every year, every town council has a gala to raise funds for the mayoral fund, which they use then to help people. This first one that we've received a request to attend this year was at Opuwo Town Council, which had their gala evening already on the 2nd of April, but it was rather suggested that we support them by buying a table of $5,000 and that we would rather then attend a trade exhibition that they are holding at the end of April. Then decongestion of the illegal people that land grabbed at NHE areas where they are working, and these people are going to be moved to the Farm 37 as a transitional type of thing where it will be temporary until they can account for themselves and get their own housing, and we're trying to decongest our suburbs. It's becoming very bad now with all the illegal things that are going on. Okay, one of the big points that did come out on this meeting is the decongestion and relocation of the illegal occupants from hotspots. Now, the recommendations that were done was that they would be taken to a portion on the top end of Farm 37. Now, all this is also because the areas are getting so congested now that we are unable to give the proper services that the individuals and the households require, because on most cases houses is only a house on a property that pays water and sewage removal and the wheelie bins and etc., but they only pay for one, and there are maybe 4 or 5 plus shacks on that property, so they have to clear up. But they're going to start moving the people to the top of Farm 37, and then they will have a period of time in which to start making other arrangements for where they must stay. Our line ministers also indicated that we have to decongest Kuisebmond. It's very dangerous at this stage as well, because if there's a fire, it's normally not just one fire, it's many fires. We also discussed the transfer of the information and technology functions to be transferred to the finance department, because they feel the functions is more something that can be monitored and executed. We have received an application from the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration and Safety and Security. They need a piece of ground where they can put up their own buildings. They are currently being housed in the Kuisebmond Council Building, which also houses a police station. So they've applied now to get the property, which is across the road from the fire brigade. We're doing it on a land swap method, so they must then provide land to the council in equal proportion to the land that they will be getting, and we're excited about that. And then we will have more office space for our municipalities, different departments that are being housed in Kuisebmond. The further point was the proposal of the municipality of Walvis Bay to enter into a memorandum of understanding with development workshops in Namibia under DWN for joint affordable land servicing to accelerate the provision of service land in Walvis Bay. We have requested on that we have a presentation, an informal, to look at all the items that they have mentioned. There was approval granted, and that the development of a portion 14 and 5 of Green Valley, as well as extension 17 in Narraville, will then take place. There's this application for a subdivision of Earth 3785 in Narraville Extension 7 into portions, and the remainder permanent closure of portion A as a public open space, rezoning a subdivided portion A from the public open space to utility services, and consent to commence with the proposed development while the process is going. The basic background is it's an open piece of ground at the moment, and they require the corner to be able to put a substation up. We have received it has become a disputed case. consent, the AirBnB, on R400 Langstrand. The dispute is that the local property owners around this area feel that the value of their property might be reduced, that a noise is going to come from that, the traffic on site, the parking is not sufficient. Now, they have been given approval on this with conditions. Should any of these conditions be overlooked or not applied, then this will become null and void. If there are any complaints received, then this will receive attention as well. We've had many complaints of residents where there's uncontrolled noise and drinking and unacceptable behavior in this area. So we've got to get in a new norm of what's allowed and what's not allowed. The dump site or the landfill site is also a very big issue that we're working on. It was started, I believe, as an instruction from a previous mayor many years ago of leaving the people where they are, and now we can't get rid of them. And you all know that behind the hazardous waste, we've managed now at last, although last year the Minister, I think it was of Environmental Affairs, did have a meeting with our CEO where he said that they hand over jurisdiction to us. But it's things that don't happen overnight. At the end of the day, for us to be able to take ownership of that park area, it's got to go through Cabinet. And now this last week, the Minister has said on the radio that they are trying to speed up the process to get it gazetted. And once it's gazetted, then we can issue proper eviction license, which we got. Our CEO, within a few months, managed to get the lawyers in and get eviction notice. They were supposed to do the eviction on the end of March. And that's where they found out that we weren't even on our own ground. So once that is done and the ground is on our name, then we can proceed with eviction notice and start taking this up. I had the police on site on Friday with this fire that occurred. Thought that our fire brigade might need an escort, and so they came, and the fire brigade fought for many hours to extinguish the fires. But it's very difficult because all the rubble that's now been thrown is on the side of the road on both sides. It's also the result of the people that jump onto the trucks, and as the truck goes up the hill, they just throw the rubbish off the truck. There are plans already to erect a wall around the dump site, but it can't happen immediately until such time as we know that the ground at the back is ours. But there are measures in place. The guys that jump on the trucks, they will not be allowed in the area where the weighbridge is. So things are starting to happen, but it is horrendous. And because of the situation that people don't want to ride into the park anymore, we've sort of been given permission at the entrance of the dump site before you go into landfill area itself that you can go dump your rubbish at the skips, which in itself is again a problem.